Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Murfreesboro Music Scene. Jesse and Vanessa behind the camera, and we are joined here today with Under the Influence. We've got sitting on the left here in the Metallica shirt is Andrew Herrera, right?
Correct.
Right there in the back in the awesome Def Leppard shirt is Tracy West on lead vocals. And over here in the awesome Killing Grace One Love shirt is keys and guitar player Danny Joe Brown.
Yeah, all good.
Be good, man. Thank you guys so much for taking the time and talking with us today. Everybody, this is Under the Influence once again, and they are the featured Murfreesboro Music Scene Band of the Week. So they're going to answer some questions for us today, hopefully give us a little bit of insight. First of all, you guys are a relatively new band. I don't think a lot of people that maybe are watching this now are quite familiar with you, although they may know you individually from other projects or whatever. But tell us a little bit about how Under the Influence was formed and if everybody here right now are original members.
You want to start?
Basically, back in late 2017, I was playing with another cover band, and Tracy was doing his slaughterhouse thing he does on the side a bit.
Sebastian Michaels, the vampire, Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, okay, that's why.
He ended up,
Nice.
He came out to see my band, and he came up and sang a few songs, and my agent at the time told me, she's like, "How do you like him? You know, sing, can he?" All right. So we got to talking a little bit more. We were originally going to be a Styx tribute band.
Okay.
Forgot about that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
Babe, I'm leaving. Okay.
But
I'm leaving.
we ended up changing gears a little bit. Decided to broaden it and kind of just go overall like 80s sound. You know, Def Leppard, Skid Row,
80s hard rock.
yeah,
Kind of any hair metal type of stuff
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
and it's been.
Has it been that bad?
Yeah.
No.
It's been.
Okay, it's been that bad.
It's been.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing a couple members
We got-
here tonight. Bob Crisp, who is your drummer.
Yeah.
We know Bob. A lot of people watching this are going to recognize that name. And then your bass player, Al. Is it?
Go ahead, pronounce it.
I'm gonna give it a shot because I actually have a friend who's from Belarus. So, Gulyamov is my closest
Yeah.
by looking at that. So, Al, if you get to see this and I butchered your last name, I'm sorry. But he's in
I do it
Russia,
all the time, so
he's probably used to it. But so, anyways, are they original to the
So
lineup too?
the as far as long term, yes. When we first started out, we had a problem with finding a drummer just to actually be part of the project.
Yeah.
We had a sit-in drummer, if you want to call it that. A guy named Frankie Diana. He came in and
he's in Ballistic. If you're
Yeah, he's in Ballistic.
Okay, yeah, and say the name sounded familiar.
And
good drummer.
Yeah.
he ended up offering to help us out because we had a show coming up that.
He did two for us.
Yeah, he did two for us. And pretty well we got in a pinch, and he offered to come in, and we were only doing like a 30 to 45 minute set just to,
Yeah.
and he offered to come up and help us out
Cool.
and got us through a pinch before then we started actually going back out trying to find us
More permanent type
someone
of
to be able
thing.
to take a full-time spot. And about that time Bob became available, and to our surprise I wasn't sure whether or not he would, because he'd been in the original scene. That's the only place I knew him from.
Yeah.
So, but after talking to him, everything, he ended up really coming around, and he's
Fills the spot
been
in.
doing great so far.
Awesome.
He's a really good team player. There's some songs that we do. He's like, I'm not doing it, but he ends up doing it. He's a team player.
That's great. And Tracy, Danny was talking about how you were involved in other musical projects before Under the Influence. Any other members here have past music involvement with other bands as well, or?
Yeah, I was with Jillian Core.
Country boy.
Yeah, we did a lot of country and classic rock stuff.
Cool.
So we did a few shows. We did some shows in New York and Florida,
Nice.
Texas. You know, we traveled a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so,
Well, in a country band, you know, there's definitely a market for that, so you probably get a lot of opportunities to do that. Cover bands too, guys. I mean, tribute bands and cover bands. I'm sure you guys are looking at some great opportunities coming up.
Got some really good things coming up.
I'm going to turn it over to Vanessa now. She's got a couple questions for you.
So what makes you stand out from other cover bands?
What?
Good question. What happened to the boxers and briefs?
You already told us the answer.
Oh, what makes us stand out? Well, I think one is we're pretty high energy, but I mean, there's several bands out there that are too. But another thing is we have a really great light show. So we're more the full package. It's just not a band. We have a really nice stage show set up for it too. So I think that's it.
You have a vampire.
Yeah, we got a vampire. I mean, even with the previous band I was in, that I prefer not to mention at the moment, but I built a casket for them. So I told him I was gonna use the old casket that we built for the other band.
Every time I tell them they would put me in it, they're no, too heavy.
It's too heavy.
Trying to say something.
So besides covers, do you have any originals that you do?
We actually do have a few. Yes, we got 3 right now that we've been performing live with in our mixed in sets, and
started
record those and trying to work on expanding that as well. So once we get, I don't know, enough for a set, let's just say, we're also looking to expand and doing like original showcase nights mixed in with all the like the cover thing. So we'd say, well, that's keep us even more busy.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Awesome. So, given the fact that you've said that it's an '80s cover band, you know, we're talking about a whole decade of different musical styles. So you're probably covering stuff from different bands. All right. What song have you guys seen in the shows that you have played gets the best reaction or response from the crowd? Like, what do you guys play that people just lose their minds over or get a really good
AC/DC. We got a good reception with the AC/DC we did.
Nice. What song was it? Or do you kind of mix them up?
TNT.
TNT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like
Bon Scott.
Kind of do like a
medley
beforehand.
Cool. Yeah, I like those when they kind of like transition from
Yeah.
some different songs and it kind of hits it all different places.
I've noticed that Def Leppard and Motley Crue seem to go over really well with people. Especially the girls, they get up there and they start dancing up there when we're doing Pour Some Sugar on Me and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's that brings out the inner stripper in all of us. I think.
Yeah. Almost me.
What about, do you guys get any like weird song requests? You know, shout out in the crowd. Oh, aside from like the play Freebird rhetoric that seems to anything that it's kind of weird.
Yeah, we played the place last Saturday. It's a great place. I mean, had a great time, but this one guy challenged me. He goes, "You don't know any effing country, do you?" And I looked at him and I said, "Matter of fact, I do." And I started singing George Jones. What's the song? He Stopped Loving Her Today. And after we finished the chorus of that, he starts playing Garth Brooks, Friends of Low Places. We played the entire song. And everybody was like, yeah! So, yeah. So, and then right after that, we jumped in, which this was not set up this way because it just worked out perfect. After that, we jumped into I Love Rock and Roll. It was pretty cool.
He got to do some drag.
Yeah.
Some Twisted Sister.
I want to run! Yeah.
All right, starting with Andrew, who would you say your biggest influence is?
Let's see. One person that got me into singing, I was like 2 years old, Elvis Presley. He pretty much started me. Another big influence is Alice Cooper.
Yes.
Love Alice Cooper. Megadeth. So.
Keep it up. He's just right here in Franklin.
Yeah, Dave does.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love Megadeth. One of my favorites.
Awesome. Tracy.
Oh, let's see. Well, I grew up, which is really strange. I grew up with Elvis and the Eagles, and believe it or not, the Osmonds. I mean, my sister was 10 years older than me, so that's what just kind of trickled down that I had to listen to. But the older I got, I was more into the heavy stuff. Kiss, definitely. But I'm going to reveal a secret right here. The secret is on Sebastian, how I got his name for Sebastian Michaels. My two favorite singers are Michael Sweet from Stryper and Sebastian Bach from Skid Row. So I just put the two names together, and that's how I came up with my vampire name.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Damn.
As far as me, starting out, I was like the whole Southern rock thing, all my brothers, Skinner, that kind of thing.
Kind of look like Greg a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You got the.
You're a little live.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but after we went around, I got into like Motley Crue and love AC/DC pretty well. Anything they put out, minus the when Axl took over.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the next AC/DC albums, Axl.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested to see. Of course, I mean, every AC/DC album has that signature sound, whether it's with Bon Scott or Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
They just have that. They have that sound. So I'm interested to kind of see if they stick with that with Axl on there.
Okay, if you could speak to a deceased artist, who would it be and what would you say? Andrew?
Let's see here. That's a tough one. I don't know. I would probably have to go Elvis, since he started me in music. Like, I would just have to say that he inspired so many artists,
Yeah.
I can't even name how many people started in music because of Elvis in every genre.
Oh yeah.
So
That's a good one.
What would you ask him?
what would I ask him?
Teach me how to make that sandwich.
Would you make me a sandwich?
That's funny. What would I ask Elvis? I don't even know. I think I'd be like starstruck. I don't know if I could get a question out to him. I don't know that.
You got him on that one.
You got me.
What about you?
Oh, I would go, of course, with Elvis and Jesus. He's the original poet. So.
Jim Morrison? No.
Oh, yeah, Jim Moore. He's alive somewhere in California. Sebastian will go find him. Go share a cave together.
There you go.
I would ask Bon Scott.
Nice.
As far as asking him a question, I'd ask him how he could put up with Angus Young acting like that to him all the time.
That'd be interesting to hear what his response was.
Yeah.
Mike standing just knocking on leaves.
Yeah, we got last couple questions for you guys. We talked a little bit off camera about some things you have lined up for the rest of the year, but what are your goals for the remainder of the year? It's May now. You were talking about some shows you had lined up. What else you guys got having in the works? And tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
Who's taking that?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, we got quite a few shows in the works and some shows booked already. We got a big show booked in October. That's going to be in Georgia. We have a few originals and we started recording already. So for the rest of the year, we're going to be playing shows, getting everything nice and tight. And hopefully, we can get some kind of record deal with our originals.
Nice. And I'm sure that people want to see where you guys are playing. They can find all that on your Facebook page, you got events and
Facebook
stuff.
and website.
Oh, got a website
Their
too.
website, too.
Mhm.
Under the influence of rockandroll.com.
Fantastic. So the full name of the band is Under the Influence of Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
So that's where you guys will be found on social media and on your
Mhm.
website. Cool. Last question. This is kind of a fun, off the wall one. If you were, if you were an alcoholic beverage, which one would you be and why?
Jack Daniels, baby, because she likes to have a lot of fun. Really, Jack Daniels, that one would be my drug of choice, I guess you could say, if you want to call it a drug.
Just straight up on the rocks.
Wine, huh?
Just straight up on the rocks, like
Either
nothing,
way somebody wants to give it to me.
any which way.
Why? Because I have a lot of fun on that.
Hey, if it was good enough for Lemmy all those years, then
Exactly.
can't go wrong, right?
That and the trouble I can get into as well. What about you?
Oh, as far as me, I prefer a screwdriver over anything.
I thought he was with the sex on the beach. That was just
Yeah,
yeah.
That was
Says a lot.
screwdriver to get sex on the beach,
Let
right?
me zoom in on that shot.
You don't drink.
I don't drink.
What would be your
I'll-
beverage? What would be if you were a
Like
beverage?
white wine or champagne. But I'll drink
A
a
black
glass of
coffee?
that.
Let's say some of that, some of this awesome Brazilian.
What I like is
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah. So that's good. Good strong coffee is good, and some
Yes.
wine to chill you out. That's nice. Well, this. Yeah. So guys, you're on Facebook, Under the Influence of Rock and Roll. You got your website, Under the Influence of Rock and Roll.com. You're on Twitter as well,
And Instagram.
and Instagram. So all of the major social media platforms. Where can people get or find your music? You have SoundCloud or Bandcamp or Spotify or any other streaming service that you have your music up on yet, or is that not?
Not right now. We're finishing the recording
Sure.
on the stuff, and then we'll probably be posting it.
So if they want to hear it, they got to be there, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes
There's
we
some stuff on
post the
YouTube.
stuff on.
There's some things on YouTube. I'm gonna link it to the. I'm gonna send you the link so you add it to the website so you got something.
Okay.
Because I've got some things already on the website for YouTube.
And then we also have some stuff on Facebook.
All right. Well, everybody just needs to kind of keep their eyes and ears close and peeled to your social media and to your websites to stay in tune and up to date with everything that you guys have going on. And I think that about wraps it up for us. Anything else you guys want to plug or maybe upcoming show that you
Our
want
next show is the 25th at what's the place called?
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon Waterfront.
Waterfront Grill.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Blue Moon Waterfront Grill in
West Nashville.
Yeah,
West Nashville. Okay. Right on. Nice. So check it out, May 25th, West Nashville. Go to their Facebook page and website to check out all their upcoming shows, and we hope to see you guys live here soon. We definitely would like to catch you guys, and everybody else that's watching, check them out. Under the Influence of Rock and Roll. Thank you again so much for taking the time and speaking with us today. Wish
Thank
you guys
for
all the
having
best.
us. Appreciate it very much.
All right.
All right.